Hi guys, and welcome back to Pass and Move. We've got one hell of an episode here for you today. A huge clash against Chelsea. Actually, not even Chelsea. Sorry, that's straight away into mistake, huh? We actually got it against Manchester City. So big rivals. Huge things to be playing for today. In terms of what happened since we last met, you should definitely check it out. It was the game against West Ham, as you can see here. Actually, was it West Ham? It was West Ham. I thought it was Liverpool for a second. It's actually West Ham, and yeah, it was back-to-back losses here. But since then, we've actually gone in a nice little winning run of form here, as you can see, just all wins. Great to see my players finally all hitting form at the right time. And we managed a clean sheet in every single one of these games. So we managed a 1-0 win here against Crystal Palace. Not much to say. It's an FA Cup third round replay. We only managed to beat them through Chris Smalling, so that was a bit disappointing, but you know, a win's a win. And then we managed to beat Sunderland 3-0, and Rashford and Marshall both managing to get onto the score sheet here. And yeah, I mean, I'm really glad Rashford's our top scorer so far this season, and Marshall's finally managed to hit form, and it seems like he's used to the striker position. Now, we also had a FA Cup game against Barrow. Surprise team included in the FA Cup, really, because they're still in the Vanarama North League, and they managed to make it all the way. They've actually beaten a couple of good teams to make it here. They made it all the way here, and it wasn't an easy game by any means. I mean, it was 6-0, was definitely comfortable, but I meant like it wasn't easy in the sense that if they'd beaten all these teams and we became complacent, then we could have easily just lost here. But thankfully, my team stayed aware to the situation. Paul Pogba managing to get a goal as well. But as you can see here, they beat a number of teams just to get through to us, to the FA Cup. So I think I'll quickly show you the Paul Pogba goal. If I'm not mistaken, it is a nice little goal from the Frenchman, who's managed to get a little used to the roaming playmaker role now as well. He's playing decently. I still feel like we're not completely using him to his full effect as a world-class player. You know, he doesn't seem to have great average ratings consistently, but he did manage a goal and assist in this game, so he does have the potential to play there. But yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure where to use him because he doesn't suit any other roles. He doesn't really suit the deep lying playmaker on defend duty. It's a bit of a waste. It makes more sense to be playing him as something else. And something going on here for some reason. Let's give that another shot. Alright, there you go. So we're just going to see the Paul Pogba goal. You're going to see him as he dribbles and just drills into the bottom corner. He has the tendency to have long shots, so it was great to see him score from there. We also beat Swansea 4-0. This is a really nice, convincing little win. It was a crucial win too at the time because of the points and us catching up to the top teams and so on. Paul Pogba managing a brace there too. And then we managed to beat Burnley as well through an Anthony Marshall brace, so that was great as well. We beat Feyenoord in the Euro Cup 3-0 and on aggregate, Mata scoring there, as well as Carrick and Mata again in the second leg. So yeah, pretty much a comfortable win there, as well as the Blackburn win was pretty comfortable too. Mata managing to score in 3 minutes really set us up for the rest of the game, where as Marshall and Rashford both teaming up again to score in the 33rd and the 35th minute. I'm really happy with them. They're really coming of age now. Marshall a bit older than Rashford. He's 22 now, but he's a quality player for us, a leading player, and he's says close to his potential. But I think because of his age, he actually has a little bit more potential than what they're showing. And even Rashford as well, he's considered to be a leading player for most Premier Division sides, even though he's just, I think he's 20 currently. So yeah, I mean, it's all really pleasing, really. And let me quickly show you. I want to show you how many goals Rashford scored this season, because he's been incredible from that left wing position. I'm almost tempted not to play him as a striker next season. I think I won't, because Wilson will be coming back from his loan and he's prepared to be a Premier League player, and it'll make sense for me to have both Rashford and Marshall playing together rather than one being a backup to the other. Anyways, as you can see here, 18 goals and 6 assists. If I go to the home page, you can see he's a top goal scorer, and Mkhitaryan's got the most assists. So really, we're perfectly set up for this City game. If we beat Manchester City today, we will separate. We'll create a bit of a gap between the 5th spot and the 4th spot, so it'll be good. And We'll also be climbing above Chelsea because we've got a better goal difference. And if we're on 55 points, and since Arsenal already played their game, that means we'll only be 5 points away from top. And with 10 games left to go, you never know what will happen, really. If we continue this run of form, we should be okay for a while. Because as you can see, we even play Arsenal, so we can close that gap for sure. Let me see if I can show you Arsenal's little run-in they have the last 10 games. Hopefully it's a bit more tough than us. They've got Tottenham, United, as well as Liverpool to play, also West Ham. So they've got a number of games here that are a bit tough. So it looks like we've got the easier sort of run-in, I guess. We've only got Chelsea and Arsenal. Everton, a bit of a worry, of course, but they are in the 20th. So, you know, the rest of the games are all mid-table or lower. So really it's just Arsenal and Chelsea have potential to mess up our season. I think I will be showing you the Arsenal game for the next episode. But for this episode, let's just get into today's game. We're talking for quite a while now. We just want to watch the game, don't we? So we've got Darmian still managing to keep Mario Fernandes out of the side. He's a little bit unhappy, Mario Fernandes, right now. It doesn't show that he's unhappy, of course, but he's actually he's because he's a well, I thought he was a first team player, but apparently he's just rotation. That doesn't make sense why he was unhappy with his game time. He's played a lot of games this season, but Darmian's just been playing great recently, as you guys saw in recent episodes as well. So it just makes sense for me to continue playing him as the right back. We've got Smalling and Bailly, they're still going to be keeping it. So our back four are pretty much the same as they have been in recent times. Carrick has come in for Blind because I think Blind was suspended for a game, and then Carrick's been doing well since. So also Blind hasn't been playing amazing either, just a 6.8 average rating his last 5 games. Herrera came in for Paul Pogba, who's tired at one point, but then he's been playing decently so far, so I've kept him for a little bit. Might bring in Pogba off the bench to see what he can do. Mkhitaryan back into the side because Lingard had a bad run of form. Mata, Rashford and Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic came in for Anthony Martial because unfortunately, as you can tell by his conditioning, he managed to get a little injured recently. He's gotten 4 goals, 1 assist in his last 5 ratings, so last 5 games. So it's really disappointing for me to be missing him out today. But he did manage a gashed head in his last game. He's managed to recover enough to be on the bench. Really, we shouldn't even be risking him on the bench. But just because of how important he has been so far, we just need to take the risk, especially because of considering today's game, as well as how Ibrahimovic has been playing recently. So we'll see what happens, but really, I would consider us favourites for this game, despite City being, close by to us. I feel like we've been playing better than them this season. They do still have Pep Guardiola as their manager, so it's a bit of a surprise that they haven't really done much since he's there. But yeah, we have a serious opportunity to climb up the table, as well as close the gap on the top spot. Put some pressure on West Ham. See how it goes. We have to beat our rivals away from home for that to happen. As you can see, Aguero's actually been injured, so they're playing with Griezmann up top, De Bruyne, Nasri, Gundogan, Rodriguez, Fernando. They've got pretty much a star-studded lineup, really fantasy lineup. City do. They always buy the best players, so we've got a bit of a task on our hands. We didn't really bring anyone in this season, so we're not like City, but we do need to win. So I think I'll tell them to carry on from where they were last game because they did play well. Apparently we're underdogs for this game, and it would make a bit sense because we are playing away from home. But if you ask me, I would consider us favourites. But really, you never know in these type of games, in these derby games. Nice little intro here from the Football Manager game. And yeah, let's kick off. Let's see what happens. Ibrahimovic gonna get us started here. And it looks like that's not going to amount to much, apparently. But it's 3 minutes now, and apparently there's going to be a bit of a chance here. Rashford does lose out to Zabaleta, who finds James Rodriguez, and Griezmann's going to be really definitely he's going to be the problem maker, really, as you saw through that shot there. We managed 2 shots in 5 minutes, apparently, and we haven't managed a single thing. They've also dominated us possession-wise. Really, they're playing the anti-formation to us. When you play a 4-2-3-1 and you face someone who's playing a 4-3-3, quite often what they do is they cause you trouble. And as you can tell, we haven't had a single shot in 20 minutes, so that pretty much shows you how that causes trouble. I think we should be a bit more suited to playing on the counter for this sort of game, but I do want to play on control just to get more shots in. As you can see, it's immediately doing that for us. Mkhitaryan does well to win the ball there. Can Mata do something special here? He does. He finds Rashford. Can he no, he can't finish it off, but Mkhitaryan makes no mistake to tuck it in. Rashford gets tackled there, but thankfully Mkhitaryan was on hand really to score the tap in. What a tackle this is though by Zabaleta, and thank God the goalkeeper rushed out. I think he's in real life he is a sweeper keeper, so I'd assume in Football Manager he's more comfortable to playing as a sweeper keeper too. But yeah, City are going to have a chance through a set piece here, and we haven't really dealt with it at all. They're going to get a second chance to put the ball into the box, and it was a decent ball, but he's going to get a third chance as well, and somehow De Bruyne has managed to score from the tightest of angles, and this does not look good for De Gea at all. I mean, it all happened a bit too quickly. But if I'm not mistaken, De Gea doesn't even react. It was a bit of a bullet of a goal, but really, just his near post, that's terrible goalkeeping. I feel like this year's Football Manager just does not do well with goalkeepers. I mean, De Gea is a world-class goalkeeper in this game. For some reason, he couldn't even save a shot that was going in his near post. So it's a bit from a tight angle too. So it actually just makes no sense whatsoever. It looks like we're going to get into half time here, and for some reason we've been showing this highlight, so I'm hoping City don't score in the last second of this game, and it looks like they might actually have a chance to with De Bruyne. He crosses it into Griezmann, who thankfully hits it against the post, and it, from the I've accidentally let my assistant manager do the team talk. That's a bit disappointing, because I guess he said something decent, but I like to take on myself because they're more of an effect there. But at least it's all positive sort of reactions. But really, I'm looking to see more from my team in the second half. City are dominating the shots. We've managed to edge them in possession, but they're looking a bit more dangerous in terms of the highlights. We did manage the only clear-cut chance of the game, and we are going to manage to break here if Mkhitaryan can find a good ball. And instead he loses out, but thankfully Smalling's deal with that, and Darmian's going to have a second chance to set us up. Mkhitaryan's going to run through on goal. Can he find someone in the box? He finds the smallest guy in the team in Mata, but Herrera's going to get a chance to restart the move, and Carrick puts one hell of a ball through to Rashford. That is an incredible pass, and Rashford makes no mistake to tuck it in there. It was a bit of a tight angle as well, but Rashford's just been incredible for this season, but honestly, what was better there than the goal was just the pass. Look at this. This is one hell of a pass. I didn't even see it myself, and Rashford makes no mistake. That's a great first touch, and God knows what the keeper's doing there, but that's exactly what proves my point, in the sense that goalkeepers are really awful. This Football Manager, I think they're awful in all Football Managers, really, but it's a bit strange. We've managed 2 clear-cut chances, we've managed 2 goals. They are starting to put us under some serious pressure, but I'm going to make some substitutions because we're on the 60th minute. Paul Pogba's going to come in for Herrera, who's a bit tired. I have a number of players that are a little bit tired here, but really, I think I'm going to bring on Depay for Rashford because Rashford's a bit tired. We do need to give him a bit of a rest. Although these players have been doing well, they do just seem to need a bit of a rest. Mata's been playing poorly, which is a bit disappointing. I'm tempted to bring on Januzaj, but I'll give him a bit more time. We also might need to sub off one of our defenders like Smalling just to hold off on the game, because if he starts to get tired and we're only leading by 1 goal, then it's likely that we'll concede the second. Just because he'll be tired, he'll be less concentrated, and Darmian's tired there too. And it looks like I will bring off Smalling, who's starting to hit the 60s of the conditioning. Even though Mata's quite low here and he hasn't played well, I'm just, because of how the game's gone so far, we've made 2 attacking subs, so it makes sense to make 1 sub, and hopefully Jones can stay concentrated for us here, as well as my team. I'm tempted to go on the counter, to go a bit more defensively, just because City have been playing quite well so far this game, so we're not really we are going to get a chance here. Hopefully they don't hit us on the counter, and Jones does incredible there, just not quite incredible enough to tuck it into the goal. And City are going to get the ball here. It looks like this chance will actually go to City's way, and it does, and they make no mistake to tuck it in, and it's 2-2 with 15 minutes just about left. We're going to get another chance here. God knows what Jones was doing, so I think that was a bit of a mistake, I guess. But really, the whole backline not in coherence, because Jones was pushing up, but Bailly was sitting back, basically. So the offside trap wasn't really set. And what I think I'll do is, because Griezmann is pacey, I might play on a deeper line, but I'm actually going to go a bit more attacking here, see if we can sneak a winner in the last part of the game. So switch everyone's duties to, or roles rather, to attacking. Actually, it is duties, isn't it? It's duties. To attacking. Let's see what we could do. Tempted to go overload, but that's not going to really help. I think what I'll do is I'll go deeper, play wider, and run at their defense and see what comes off that. Probably nothing good, because if we're playing wider, we're a bit more exposed, but hoping the deeper would help that. It is only 30 seconds left, so this does look like it'll end as a draw, which is not gonna... Oh, okay. Oh, good God. Yeah. Oh my God, I don't even know what to say. This is beyond disappointing. And Shaw, there's 3 defenders in the box, and none of them have managed to deal with that cross. Shaw, God knows what he's doing. He's marking Bailly instead of the goal scorer Berardi there. And it will almost definitely end a 3-2 win to City, and it does. I'm shell-shocked. The players are frustrated, and they should be. That was an incredible loss. I thought we at least deserved the draw. Maybe I should have gone defensive earlier, but that's just not my natural instinct, really. I guess I'll just tell my players off, and this leaves us in a really bad position. We've got a bit of a nice gap here between Tottenham, but really this just puts us out of the Champions League spots, which is not good at all. There's 10 games left and we're 8 points away from Arsenal. It's happened before, but can it happen again? That is the question, and that's just such a heavy loss that was completely undeserved. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's what we get. We'll see what happens in the end of the season. In terms of when we'll be back, though, it will be the Arsenal game. I think most likely, depends on what goes on over here. We might be more likely to play the Chelsea game just because of the likelihood that we'll be challenging for Champions League spots and not the title. But if we do beat Arsenal, you never know. I'm more likely to show you the Arsenal game and then the final game of the season to give you a quick update. But let's see how it goes so far. This is actually such a crazy loss. I can't even wrap my head around it. 92nd minute. It was literally 15 seconds of the game left. And it wasn't an especially amazing cross either. There were 3 defenders. But either way, if you enjoyed the episode, as always, hit the like button as well, subscribe. And yeah, I think that'll be all for today. So thank you guys for watching.